welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, for those of you who don't know me, aka Slock Sounds, aka Serotonin, and I am on a journey of creating conscious lifestyle content and ASMR. I kind of went off the deep end a little bit. Thrifting. I think as society has grown and as it has become easier to make clothes cheaply and affordably for a lot of people, there has been a shift from buying clothing that we can cherish and hold on to for our whole lives to clothing that is seen as disposable and that we flip every single year because we get tired of the old clothes and want to buy new clothes. And I just want to say, I think that there is nothing wrong with having nice things that you like. You know, I know there's the whole minimalism trend and that's amazing and beautiful. It's not for me personally, not yet at least, I'm not there. But I think you can be a maximal minimalist. You can have nice things, but the point is that you're buying those nice things with intention. You're seeking out items that you feel adorn you and adorn your space. Building a wardrobe is almost like creating a painting in a way. Each brush stroke contributes to the overall world that you are trying to capture. And it's the same when it comes to the clothing that you buy. You're building a wardrobe to express yourself to the world and to create this little bubble of sacredness that you can kind of revel in. How you dress yourself is an act of self-adornment and self-love. So then the question is, do you want to adorn yourself with items that you have chosen and purchased really intentionally and with the spirit of the clothing you're purchasing in mind? Or do you just want to throw a bunch of things in a cart or a basket and call it a day? Also, just a little disclaimer before I talk anymore. This video is not intended to shame anybody or make you feel bad about your buying choices. I certainly have contributed to the fast fashion industry more times than I can count. I worked for the fast fashion industry for about 6 months. So there's no shame. I mean, not everybody has access to certain kinds of shopping. Buying from these more sustainable brands, if you're trying to buy new, can get quite pricey. Really, the best way to go would be thrifting, but I understand that, you know, thrifting is not everybody's cup of tea. But yeah, just wanted to say that this is not meant to shame anybody. I do see that as being a problem in the environmentalist movement in general, is this shaming towards individuals who oftentimes don't have much control over what they do and don't have access to. Ultimately, the accountability resides on these massive, giant corporations who are creating this problem and the policies of the governments that are allowing it to just continue. So if you want to get angry at somebody, don't get angry at your neighbor who just purchased a bunch of stuff from Romway. You know, get angry at the corporations themselves. We're not fueling hate here. That is not what is happening. On to the facts. I just want to talk a little bit about why supporting fast fashion is a problem and why you should try, if you can, to make the shifts towards more sustainable options. Number one, which is arguably the biggest problem, is that the clothing industry is the second largest industry polluter of our water. And that is because a lot of the toxic chemicals that are used in production, they don't have anywhere else to put them, so they just let them run into streams and oceans. Number two, most fast fashion, it's kind of hard to say. Fast fashion retailers outsource production to other countries to purchase cheaper resources as well as cheaper labor. So a lot of the people who are working for these companies on the other side of the ocean are really being exploited and not making the money that they deserve, and oftentimes it's not even a livable wage. And that brings me to point number three. The fact that a lot of these companies produce overseas creates this huge disparity between the location of production, and then how all of those items are distributed around the world. All of that is being shipped over from overseas to get back to the United States. That requires a lot of oil and a lot of wasted resources, whereas we could be saving those resources by just producing in the United States. This also means that there's a loss of job opportunity in the United States. So we have all of these unemployed people here who could be working jobs in manufacturing. Number 4, number 5, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what number we're on. According to the Environmental Justice Foundation, the global cotton industry uses more pesticides than any crop in the world. And then my last point that I want to make is that many companies are still using really toxic chemicals such as lead to color and dye their clothing. And lead is, as we all know, is not good for you in any amounts. So those are just some of the reasons why you should try and steer clear of fast fashion. On to a lighter subject, how do we replace fast fashion? And I am here to give you the answers. So as I mentioned before, thrifting is a great way to curate a wardrobe. You don't have to thrift at local thrift stores. You can purchase thrifted items online. There are so many Etsy shops that resell. There's Depop, Poshmark, ThredUp. Let me know in the comments if you can think of any others. I know that there are a bajillion out there. And then in terms of your local thrift stores, that might be something like consignment centers like Goodwill, Value Village, Salvation Army, or it could be smaller, more boutique-y resale stores where you can actually buy and sell clothes. And then the last option that I'm going to mention is buying from sustainable clothing brands. Oftentimes these brands can get a little bit more pricey because they are doing things that are better for the environment, like using organic cotton, not using toxic dyes. So often these materials are going to just be more expensive and they're paying their employees better. You just have to remember that there's a reason that it costs more. Your money is going to help people feed their families and is going to making just healthy products that you're wearing on your body. When you have chemicals in clothing, it's not like it just doesn't get on your skin, you know, that's gonna leach into your skin. You wanna have clean, pure, organic vibes. Economically, it's going to make more sense in the long run because the idea is that you are just investing in these pieces that you will have for, I don't want to say decades because I haven't owned any piece of clothing for decades because I'm only 23 years old, but I like to think that I'm going to own a lot of the clothes that I have now, at least until I have kids, and hopefully after I have kids too, I hope that I can get back into my clothing that I wore before. I don't want to have kids for a long time is the point, so at least 5 or 10 years I plan to have these clothing items. A lot of cheaper fast fashion items, they were not built to last, they're not made to last, but these more sustainable fashion brands are creating clothing with the intention of it lasting a long time. So you just have to be keeping those things in mind when you do make a big purchase on more sustainable clothing items. I wish that I could buy more. I don't really have the budget to buy from certain brands right now. Like Reformation is one that I really would love to have some dresses from. And there's this other dress that keeps popping up on my Instagram ads. It's just this beautiful white, very like cottage-core, mid-length dress. I can't remember what the brand is because I've just been trying to skip past it because it's like over $200 and I'm like, I can't spend $200 on a dress right now. Anyways, okay. Time to show you the clothes that I got. Let's get on into it. This is the first clothing item that I will be showing you today. I am kind of obsessed with it. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is a thermal material. It's kind of ribbed, but it's just really thick and weighted, and I love that in t-shirts. I love the higher neckline. You will see from my haul that I am very clearly drawn to certain crew neck, turtleneck type tops. The next item that I purchased is this beautiful creamy off-white silk blouse. I purchased a lot of off-white clothing items, so just don't worry about it. There's definitely a trend in the color scheme. I used to wear very colorful, very bright patterns, pastels. That was like all I wore. And I don't know what switched in my brain, but I started dressing completely differently about 6 months ago, wearing like only neutrals and earthy tones. And I do think a lot of it is because I'm trying to build this kind of capsule collection of clothing that I know will be timeless and will last and will just be like comforting and comfortable, like visually and physically. The next item that I will show you are these American Eagle jeans that are a mom jean cut, but they're just like a nice stretchy material. I just love like the pinstripe look, and I honestly have been looking for a pair of pants like this for probably like 4 years, and I just can never find them. So even though they were a little big, I was like, okay, well, I'm still gonna get them. And that way I have like a little bit of room to grow, you know what I'm saying? I just think they're super cute and will go with everything that I own. The next item is this little athletic zip-up sweatshirt thingy. It is really cute. Again, that same like creamy off-white color, but I really loved this because it has this little bright blue detailing lining the inside. So when I wear it open, I can just kind of like, you know, have them peeking out a little bit. And it's again like a really nice thick material, and I figured it would be really good for once it gets a little bit chillier when I'm going out to skate or something, because it's a zip up, so I can unzip it, zip up, and then take it off really easily. All right, next item, this little burnt orangey color. It looks more orange in the camera than it actually is, but I really like the cut of it, and it's got this like fun little almost inside out detailing on the shoulder where the arm meets the body, and I just like how big it is, and I feel like I'm gonna wear this over turtlenecks. It is pretty light, so I feel like I'll be able to start wearing it pretty soon. Next item, pretty simple, and pretty much everything I got is pretty simple and basic, but this is just a dark green, well actually it's not really a crew neck, it's kind of like a wider scoopy neck, but the sleeves are a little short, which I kind of like because again, just like the last pullover thingy, jumper, whatever you call it, I will wear this over turtlenecks. It'll be great for layering and also just for like wearing to lounge around the house in and be comfortable. So, woo! Next up we have the first turtleneck of, well, I actually think I only got 2 turtlenecks, but I already have a lot of turtlenecks, so it's okay, it's gonna be cold soon. I'll wear all of them. This is a brown turtleneck. It's just such a nice cocoa color. Oh, I don't know what changed once again, but I hopped on the brown trend and I never looked back, and I hope that like in my brain it's not just a trend, because I do feel more myself in my clothes than I ever have felt before. And I feel like I'm just turning into like a mom or something, I don't know. Yep, there's that turtleneck, super cute. And then I got just a really simple little belt because my other belt that I wear that has a gold buckle is like literally falling apart. Every single hole has like a big crack going down it. So it was time, and this was $1.50, so it's like, okay. Also, I bought all these items over the course of several thrifting trips. I think one of the best ways to thrift is by going multiple times. If you're like me, you just get a little fatigued shopping for a really long time. When you go thrifting, you should look through everything as much as you can, because that's how you're going to find the pieces that you really love. You're not really just gonna find things by skimming over the aisle. I tend to look for color first. So I'll kind of skim, and then if I see colors that jump out at me, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go look and see what that is. This next guy, this is kind of a turtleneck, but not really. It's like halfway between a crew neck and a turtleneck. It's just this really nice pumpkin color, and just makes me wanna eat pumpkin muffins and drink pumpkin spice lattes and chai lattes and go to pumpkin patch and make a jack-o'-lantern and watch over the garden wall. I thought this little button detail was adorable. There she is, nice and simple and solid colored. Like everything else I buy these days. Except for this next piece. This one is not solid colored. Don't judge me. A schoolgirl skirt. I can never find schoolgirl skirts that fit me well because I'm very tall, and I also do have like a little bit of a butt, so it's frequently very difficult for me to find dresses and skirts that I feel comfortable wearing. I just don't like the feeling of that stuff flying up when it's windy or riding up. And that feels silly because I constantly wear crop tops that expose a lot of skin, but when it comes to the downstairs, I'm just like, nope. But this looks like it literally was somebody's actual schoolgirl skirt, which I think is kind of cute. Charter club. That definitely sounds like it was somebody's actual schoolgirl skirt. It closes up this way and then this way, which is kind of cool. It is like, honestly, a tiny bit too long for me. And I was thinking about maybe just taking some scissors and going for it and cutting it a little short. I am kind of nervous that if I do that, it's gonna fray like too much. I like a little bit of fray, but I'm just worried that it'll start to kind of become unraveled. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for how to prevent that, make a skirt a little bit shorter, but I don't have a sewing machine, so like without all that work. Next, I got this really cute little button-down midi skirt, denim midi skirt. I feel like I avoided these for a really long time. I don't know why, I just thought they were kind of like silly, but I love it. I love it so much. I feel like a grandma. And I just feel like it's such a nice little cottage-core vibe, and I'm just going to wear this with the turtleneck and my gold necklaces and bake some cookies and call it a day. I am actually so excited about this find. I was a little iffy about it at first because the material is very thin, but I got this really cute dress. And I'm honestly amazed that I found a skirt and a dress that I didn't feel like were too short on me. But this just has like the softest, dainty little cottage-core queen vibe. Oh, it's so cute. And you can wear this little sleeves, little ruffled sleeves, they're so sweet. You can wear them straight up and it'll give a square neckline, or you can wear them off the shoulders for more of a ethereal look. I'm just obsessed, you guys. Okay. We've gotten to the other turtleneck. This, it's almost a greenish brown. Some may describe it as a poopy green. Love my poopy greens. Got a sticker right here, it looks like, and it's kind of made a discoloration there. But I figured I'll try and wash it. If it doesn't come out, then I'll just use it to layer, honestly, just like under this shirt I'm wearing now. Cute! The last item that I purchased today was this little mirror. Beep, 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 beep. Hello, there you are, in my little ring light, because my lighting is really bad in here. I've been kind of on a mirror kick recently, but I also thrifted this guy and this guy. And I got these trousers. that are just a camel color, and they're really comfy. They're very light. Comfort is everything, you guys. I bought so many clothes. I'm really happy with all my purchases, but I feel like part of why I bought so many clothes was because I knew I was gonna be doing this little haul. I normally would not thrift this many clothes, but it is just like fall and I felt like shopping, so that's all that I thrifted over the past week or so. Now I am going to insert the clip of me opening my Mate the Label. Wow. I'm gonna try these on. Pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope that you learned something and feel inspired to make a change in how you shop and work towards shopping in general, just more mindfully. I just want to encourage everybody to act a little bit more mindfully so that we can protect our planet, because this is our home and she's the only one we've got. But anyways, like I said, let me know in the comments if you have a different way of shopping sustainably that I did not mention in this video. I would love to hear more about it. If you'd like to see more of this kind of content, just let me know. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Once again, my name is Sarah, aka Slack Sounds, aka Sarah9. If you would like to see more videos of me rambling about things like lifestyle, spirituality, wellness, fashion, ASMR, all that good stuff, please hit the subscribe button below. Like this video, feel free to share it. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, released next Friday at 3:30 p.m. It's a weekly thing, you guys. I'm sticking to it. Okay, bye.